So they were, putting stuff on the wall, and they got arrested, and, they'll have some fun with that. But the point is, I'm going, look, if you guys go after these guys, they know what the law is. It's going to get drug out. They're going to get a lot of attention. You're going to look bad. Do you really want to play this game? Nobody needs to die. Nobody needs to get arrested. Nobody, just don't worry about it. So they were like, starting to calm down and be cool. And they were like, all right, yeah, we'll be whatever. Sheriff Joe he did a little press conference, didn't go out and confront him or anything. He just kind of hung back. When they were all done, about an hour later, the chain gang came out there with pressure hoses, washed it all off. They got videotape of it. It's all good. Now, what happened is that in the conversation that I was having with these guys, what I found out is the rhetoric behind the scenes, a little whisper campaign that's coming from Department of Homeland Security and or the fusion centers and all this kind of stuff. Our intelligence says that all of this Occupy Together, this national effort, the Wall Street thing, all this that's being, funded and whooped up by the left, is that they're trying to equate on Fox News and all the conservative talk show hosts and all that kind of stuff, is that it's Arab Spring coming to America. And the same kind of people, behind it, Islamofascism, they're going to turn into Rudy Giuliani and be like one of those string dolls, Islamofascism, like he gets paid $200,000 every time he says it or something. So I'm going, seriously? Is this what you're operating under? Is that you're on the verge of revolution, and it's the Muslims are doing it in this occupation? Is that your A game? Is that where you're going with? So that was their mindset, or what they thought they were going to try and get away with. And I'm going, no. Nice try. I would not.
Yeah,
advise.
They're going to have a hard time with. There is like always the grain of legitimacy to that, and that a lot of the people in New York and in D.C. are taking inspiration from the Arab Spring in terms of like tactics and the spirit of it, but that it has anything to do with Islam in any sense is just absurd, and they're not going to pull that off.
What I sent him some artwork of our flower guy and We Know the Truth on it, and I had and here's how it's known in Arabia. It has the translation in Arabic on the bottom. We know the truth. I go, this is about as close a tie as you get. We all know the truth. What are you guys trying to sling? So I'm with you on, that you don't want to be supporting what they're doing and with your numbers, your participation and so on, because they're going to be, saying whatever they're going to say. Look at all these people here. Let me tell you what they think. Well, Fox News did the exact same thing with the March on Washington, D.C. and the first Tea Party with Hannity and, Glenn Beck and all this stuff up there. So I'm going, come on. What noise are you making? Making noise, quit. Were you slurping your Cheerios?
Sorry.
So, what I'm doing is I'm going, okay, the Tea
Party. Work on my studio.
All right, we'll work on it later. The Tea Party is that we are taking advantage of that opportunity. Well, they took it over. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. But we took advantage of the opportunity with the numbers and being able to inject in there, and I think we were very effective in doing that. This Occupy Wall Street kind of thing, we can do the same thing, and you demonstrated it yourself by doing what you did. Now, before we go, I want to go ahead and play some more of your interview here, but I want to go ahead and find where you were talking to the girl, and she was, not doing well. Let's go ahead and start right here.
And I'm really ready for him to really grab his cojones and speak out, not only for
talk about Obama.
It's not about Democrats. Like I said, it's about the middle class and the lower class.
You're not here to impeach Obama? I thought this was a protest.
Hell no, I'm not here to impeach Obama. I'm not anti-government by far. I just am pro-reform.
Education costs have kept going up under Obama. The wars have kept going up under Obama. The bailouts have kept going up. Obama actually, as of 7 months into his presidency, deployed more troops abroad than Bush had his entire term. He is the most pro-war president that we've had in terms of financial expenditures on war, and having escalated the war in Afghanistan. Why do you support a second term for that kind of violence?
You off on that, because I really don't. I don't agree with those statistics at all. I have never seen that. I have no idea where
you don't think we've escalated in Afghanistan with Obama, or that Obama, you don't think you're saying Obama hasn't escalated the war in Afghanistan?
I think that we are in a lot of shit. I think that all of our focus as a country has been focused on the Middle East, and I believe that Obama definitely could have done more I would like to see no troops in the Middle East. I would, but I'm glad that we're out of Iraq, and I'm glad
We're not out of Iraq, though.
I understand. And
She doesn't have a freaking clue. You know, this is, you know, she doesn't know what the heck's going on. You know, so did you ever have a chance after this? Because that's kind of how you ended it with her walking off, saying, well, I don't want to talk to you anymore. But did you have an opportunity to speak to her again later?
No, I mean, well, I was only there for like an hour and a half, and, you know, there were, I don't know, 20, 30 people there, and I talked to, well, actually, pretty much I think everybody I talked to there on camera is in the video. Like, I didn't cut anybody out. You know, there's the woman with the one-liner, even, like, I think there are a total of 5 people included in the video. And they were the only. That's 5 out of 30 at most. That's not unrepresentative. You know, statistically speaking, that's a really good sample. You talk to 1 in 6, you know, in a crowd of 30, and every single one of them made it into that video. So that really captured my experience. And I got to say, man, I wanted to support this thing. Like, I was going to find out for myself. Like, are we gonna really? Are you guys serious? Are you guys legitimate? Like, what's going on? And I just right away, totally disappointed. And the people that were, the other people that I talked to off camera were trying to make the points that Doug was, the guy in the glasses, and they were trying to back him up. So it really was representative, at least of this small particular crowd.
You know, I can see you're right, you know, that this is, but on Fox, I saw the one commentator said, oh, they're just a bunch of dirty, you know, protesting with nothing better to do and so on. I'm going, yeah, because they don't got a job. I mean, they're in debt up to their eyeballs. They have, you know, and that's just, even if they're just normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill, middle America. And if they're students, they got big, giant education debt, and they have no job. They're going there being a debt slave for the rest of their life because they said, you can't declare bankruptcy and wipe this off. We knew that we needed to pass this law here recently saying that when you do bankruptcy, guess what? You owe your student loans and demand. You're going to be a slave forever. So I'm going, wow, you know, this is, of course they're in the streets. Of course they're in the streets. Right where I can get to them. So I'm like, you know, that's how I see it. So I understand your point, and you did a great job, and I'm glad that we're going to be getting you back on the air and your perspective, because you're in Alexandria now, so you're like right across the river from Washington D.C.
Arlington, but yeah.
Oh, Arlington. I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel very comfortable where I am geographically, in a sense, because I mean, I'd much rather be in Arizona or Southwest. I'd rather be back in New Mexico, you know, on 200 acres with my Earthship, and you know, really being able to be truly autonomous and free.
Which is coming.
I'm having more fun doing this, but I'm on like the far west side of Arlington, so I can get out of Mordor if I have to. I think, you know, I'm still inside the Beltway, but I'm like really close to the edge, and I think, at least maybe this is wishful thinking, but
wishful.
I think I'm outside of the blast radius. So.
You're gonna feel the pressure wave.
Yeah, well, I'm in a big brick apartment building, so hopefully I'm safe here. We'll see. But at least I know I don't have to drive like through the city to get out if I have to. That's a very comfortable.
Good point. But still, you're a little too close for me, man. You know, you can see the Mordor Tower.
Too close for me too.
Can you see the Washington Monument?
No, I can't see the Washington Monument from my apartment.
Nah.
Maybe because it's a shitty apartment.
All right. Well, you know, it's always good to talk to you. And once you get rolling, you get some more stuff up, make sure you send it to us. I mean, we'll try and get you LinkedIn and every way we can promote what you're doing on Freedom's Phoenix. And we're glad we get the QR sticker, start promoting your show and so on with the students here and the people in Tempe, because it's going to be a big part. And our mutual friend Stefan Molyneux, he's got his QR code in there too, so we're going to be, you know, focusing him on the high schools, really mess him up from the beginning. So this is
put your little fingers in their brains, go.
Yes, that's what this is all about. You know, this is a long-term thing, and I just love when they give me crowds. This is good, and now we had the Tea Party, and what was the average age? I mean, heck, if they didn't have an AARP card, they were there for something else. So now we have the left, which is young. They are so screwed. Yeah, no, we're all over it. Hey, it's great to talk to you as always, Adam. I'm always enjoy our conversations, and I'm glad we're having, we're making progress here. And don't forget about this, Craigslist silver thing, because we're going to be. We just came up with this idea right before we talked to your first person in this show that we're talking about how we're going to formulate this, make the art, we'll get all kinds of fun with this thing, because that's the solution. Not going on talking about whether Bank of America has a $5 debit card or not, and the president bringing this up. Are you freaking serious?
This is what's so great about our message to these people, because the message of liberty is also really a message of empowerment, and it has to be a message of empowerment, because it has to be, you don't need government. You don't need this organization of force to do things for you, to take care of you, to give you a job, to give you a chance, to give you an education. No. In the free market, you are evaluated on your merits. You are able to succeed on what you are capable of, and every human being is valuable. Every human being has a value to the market, because we as human beings value each other, and we can reach out with that and tell people, look, you don't have to say, because of this problem, you need more government, but in order to get to that point, you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself, and technology is doing this already for us, but really, we have to make the connections, and it's a beautiful connection to make, to say you are a valuable, beautiful, independent, free human being, and you will succeed in the market. You will be able to take care of yourself. You will, at least as a community, as a local community, if not a family, if not an individual, you will be able to succeed with freedom. You will be able to prosper with freedom, because you are valuable, and that really has to be a part of our message. But this is one of the beautiful opportunities to reach out with that.
Another opportunity, of which there will be many more, and we need guys just like Adam Kokesh from Adam versus the Man, and it's definitely the man that we be up against. Hey, thanks for coming on, Adam, and we're looking forward to doing a bunch more stuff. Well, it's nice weather here in Phoenix. And we'll be right back with the next show. You guys stay tuned here on iTunes, freedomsphoenix.com for Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. We've got all kinds of great stuff. Keep you in the know of what's really going on. Peace.